Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. So this week I decided, let's have a fun week. Let's have a week of just fun food. How's that? There'll be some copycat recipes, then some that are just really weird, but I think they'll be good. And it's just going to be fun. Now this one, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do it a little bit different. Not that that surprises you. But if you want to do it according to the directions, you don't need to have your oven on. But I want to do something different. So, this is bologna sliders with fried onions. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to cut this onion in half. And I'm going to start this butter to where it starts to melt. And we want to slice really thin slices. Not thick ones, we want thin ones. Because remember, these are going to go on sliders. Sorry for the noise making. Just like that. And then we're going to get these put in the pan and kind of separate them a little bit. Tomorrow we're going to do a Taco Bell copycat with my own twist on it. How's that? Not that I don't always do that, right? Jack picked a couple of more of my cucumbers, so I added more cucumbers to the vinegar so not to waste it all. So I cut up 3 more cucumbers and added, so we're going to have that as a side. And obviously, the farther along that it gets in the season, the more I'm going to use stuff that we get from the garden and whatever for our sides. Now, this one I have the bologna I'd gotten down at Bronson. And this is thin bologna. It says to use thick. I do have some thick too. But I thought I'd use this up first. And what you're going to do is cut it in quarters. Just like so. And then kind of separate those two. They'll separate more when I'm stirring it up. But I think I want more than that. I don't know if I need it or not. If we don't use it all, then that's fine. I'll have it put it on another sandwich tomorrow. For the longest time, I hated bologna. Because my grandma gave it to us so much when we were kids that I just, ugh. Just the idea of eating bologna made me just, ugh. Yeah. And Tom's the same way kind of with bologna. I guess it was just cheaper back then. I'm just going to open this whole thing and I'll put it in a baggie. Than trying to fight with it. But, you know, it was cheap. And then during my age, and I'm sure you guys, they're my age or older, you guys remember when, you know, it was, you bought it by the slice or by the pound or whatever, you know what I mean? And, yeah, it was good. All right. So we got those in quarters. I just think that the skinnier, I know that it says to use the thicker stuff, but I think the skinnier stuff will be easier to manage on the buns, if that makes any sense. So we want to cook this all up to where your onions and your bologna are getting a little brown. We don't want it, you know, raw. We want it, for those of us that like fried bologna sandwiches, that's kind of what we want to do. Now for another side dish, and I forgot to grab a plate. 1 second, guys. Before I put my cutting board away. Alright, so the next thing I bought some organic tomatoes the other day, and I'm going to use them for more than just this, but I got like 5 of them in a package, so I can spare one. Won't be too long, we'll be getting some off of our own vines, which will be nice. And I'm just going to make some slicers out of it. Tom loves tomato slices. So I thought this and the cucumbers alongside the bologna sliders would be really, really good. So there's the tomato slices. My tomato ended up on the floor. What a mess. Not really, it's just one piece, but anyway. Alright, so now I went to the bread store the other day and I got these. They were $3, I think, $3.23. You guys, I was very upset because Tom went to go bring me toast today, and I just went Friday, and there was mold on my bread. And then I went to go look at the buns because we're going to need buns for something else this week, and it had a slash in it. Well, I don't know, they're store returns, so you don't know how many people have touched that, so I gave it to the squirrels. And the stuff that had green on it, we threw it away. I'm not going to feed that to my squirrels. That's gross. But, so I checked these this morning to make sure that they were okay before, you know what I mean? I didn't want to pull this open in front of you guys and go, oh, it's spoiled. Now what do we do for dinner, you know? It's crazy. So we're going to cut these in half. And like I say, if you don't want to put them in the oven to do my next step, you don't have to. You know, just do it the way the recipe calls, and it'll be done. So needless to say, next time I go to the bread store, I will be checking my bread a lot closer, because I mean, I didn't pay but 40 cents because when you spend so many punches, then you get $5 free. So that was fine. And if you guys wanted to add something else to this, you know, like if you want to add peppers to it or garlic or whatever you want to add to it, you know what, it's your kitchen, your rules, you do you. Make sure the people that wanted my cookbook get on there and order it. Alright, so what it says to do is take mustard, and that's actually what I always put on my fried bologna sandwiches is mustard. So I'm going to squirt it like that, and then I'm just going to spread it over the whole thing. Now, if you want to use a spicy mustard or that one mustard I just discovered I don't like, you can do that too. But I truly don't like that mustard. Not a big mustard fan to begin with, so when you add all that spice and stuff to it, definitely wasn't. Tom's like, why aren't you using it? I'm like, it's too spicy. Alright. I was going to add mustard to the top too, but I think maybe that'll probably be enough. I think that'll probably be enough. What do you think? I'm going to put these buns off to the side. Then you want to put a pickle on each one of the squares. That one will get two. If they're pretty small, you can add a second one to it. No biggie. If you don't like pickles, don't add pickles to it. I know there's a few of you that don't like pickles, so don't add it. I'm just used to a family that really likes pickles a lot. Which is funny, we like them, but we don't eat them a lot. That makes no sense. Alright. So now, I'm just going to let that fry up and brown up, and then I'll be back. Alright, so now, we're going to take the bologna and onions, and we're going to put it up on our top of our sliders. As long as they stay on there, right? Look at that. You can make them nice full sliders. Oh, that looks good. Next time I'd probably use another onion, because I think one more onion would taste really good on it. Oh yeah. Look at that. Yummy. Take a look. Now we're going to put that top on top of there. Then, what I'm going to do is I got a little bit of melted butter. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. And you know, if you guys want to use like a garlic bologna or something, you could do that too. I don't like that much garlic taste, so I'm not doing that. Alright. So now I'm going to kind of just pour it over here. So I make sure I use it all up. And then I'm going to kind of just paint the tops. This way we'll get a little bit of crisp along with a little bit of garlic taste. And I think that'll make them really, really good. And then if you wanted to, you could actually put maybe Parmesan cheese on it or something. The sky's the limit. Now I'm going to put those in the oven when it gets closer to Tom being home, because he's got the chiropractor tonight. And then I'll be back when they're completely finished. Alright, look at those. Doesn't that look good? Alright, I'm going to dish them up and meet you guys at the table. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm just dandy.
There's dinner. Well, his hand's in the way. I'm trying to take a thing. There you go. What do you think about that?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I got tomato slicers for you, too. And cucumbers.
I see that.
So what do you think? Winner, winner? Bologna dinner?
Bologna dinner.
Yeah.
Now they can say I'm full of bologna.
I think you're full of something else, but we won't say that.
Gotta edit if we do.
Right, I don't know how to edit, so let's not do that. So would you have them again?
Sure, you're good.
Awesome. All right, you guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.